Good morning, students. In chemical kinetics, today we are going to study the half-life of first order reaction. So, half-life of any chemical reaction is the time which is required to decrease the concentration of that reactant to half of its initial value. In a particular reaction, if the initial concentration of the reactant is 10 mole per dm cube, then to decrease 5 mole per dm cube of that reactant, whatever time is required, that time is nothing but its half-life time or half-life period. So half-life is defined as the time required to decrease the concentration of reactant to 1/2 of its initial value. Today we are going to study the half-life of the first order reaction. For the first order reaction, the integrated rate for each K equal to 2.303 by T log of A0 by AT. Here A0 is the initial concentration of the reactant, AT is the concentration of the reactant after time T, and K is the rate constant of the first order reaction. Now if time T becomes equal to half-life, that is T half, then according to the definition of half-life, the concentration of the reactant which remains behind, that is AT, will become half of A0 by 2. So we can put the value of time and AT in this equation. Therefore here we get K equal to 2.303 by T log of 2.303 by T half log of A0 upon A0 by 2. In place of T, what we have to write? T half, and in place of AT, A0 by 2. A0 and A0 get cancelled, therefore K equal to 2.303 by T half log of 2. Therefore K equal to, rate constant K equal to 2.303 by T half log of 2 equal to 0.3010. 2.303 into 0.3010 equal to 0.693. It's 0.693 upon T 1 by 2, that is the half-life. Therefore, here half-life of the reaction, half-life of first order reaction equal to 0.693 upon K, that is the rate constant of the reaction. Now, from this equation of half-life, from the equation of half-life of the first order reaction, we can understand that the half-life of the first order reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactant. Whatever may be the initial concentration of the reactant, the half-life period of the first order reaction will remain always same. You can obtain the half-life of the first order reaction by taking the different initial concentrations for a particular reaction. Every time you will get the same value of half-life. Means half-life of the first order reaction is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. So this is the equation for the half-life of the first order reaction. Now here we can show the half-life of the first order reaction graphically. We can draw the graph for the first order reaction. When the graph is plotted between the concentration of the reactant AT on y-axis and the time on x-axis. For the first order reaction, we get this type of graph. So from this graph we can say that in the first order reaction the concentration of the reactant decreases with increase in time. The concentration of the reactant decreases exponentially with increase in time. Now here on the time axis at a particular point if time is equal to t1 by 2, that is the half-life period is completed here. Then after the completion of half-life period, the concentration of the reactant will here become equal to A0 by 2. Concentration remain behind will be A0 by 2. At this particular time, if two half-lives are completed, second half-life is also completed. Then the concentration of the reactant which remains behind will be again half of this concentration, A0 by 2 upon 2, that is it become A0 by 4. After the completion of third half-life, the concentration will further fall. The concentration will become half of this value, that is A0 by 8. Means after the completion of first half-life, the concentration which remains behind is half of the initial value. After the completion of two half-lives, the concentration remains behind becomes A0 by 4, where A0 is the initial concentration. And after the completion of three half-lives, the concentration of the reactant which remains behind becomes A0 by 8. So this is a graph of the half-life of the first order reaction. Now some other graphical representations of the first order reaction. Graphical representations of the first order reaction. There are different graphical representations possible for the first order reaction. For the first order reaction, the differential rate is minus dA by dt equal to K into A or AT. This is the differential rate law. The term on the left hand side is known as the rate. This is nothing but the rate of the reaction. From this differential rate law, we can plot the graph. When the graph is plotted between rate on the y-axis and the concentration of the reactant on the x-axis. Concentration of the reactant on the x-axis. Then here we get a straight line passing through the origin. Straight line passing through the origin. So from this straight line what we get, we can understand that the rate of the reaction decreases with decreasing concentration. Whenever the concentration is high, at that time the rate is high. When the concentration get reduced, the rate also get reduced. So in the first order reaction, the rate of the reaction decreases with decrease in the concentration of the reactant. When the slope of this line is obtained, the slope of the line will be equal to the rate constant. Slope of this line will be equal to the rate constant. So this is one graphical representation of the first order reaction. We can plot another graph. You know, the integrated rate of the first order reaction is K equal to 2.303 by T log of A0 by 8. log of a0 by at. Therefore here log of a0 by at equal to kt by 2.30. kt by 2.303. Further we can rearrange it. Log of a0 by at equal to log a0 minus log at equal to k by 2.303 into t. K by 2.303 into t. Which is further written as log of at equal to log of at equal to minus of kt by 2.303 plus log a0. You can write this equation in this manner. Now this is the equation of a straight line of the type y equal to mx plus c. Here y is nothing but log of at, x is nothing but t, and m is minus k upon 2.303 and c equal to log of a0. This is the equation of a straight line. For this equation we can plot a graph. When the graph is plotted between y, that is log of at on the y-axis and t on x-axis, then we get this type of straight line. We get the straight line with the negative slope, and the point at which this straight line intersects the y-axis, that point gives the value of c, that is log of a0. From this point, from this value, we get the value of log of a0, and the slope of this straight line, is equal to m, that is minus k upon 2.30. Now the slope is itself negative. It is a negative value, and therefore the negative and negative get cancelled, and after getting the value of slope, we can solve the equation, we can obtain the value of k. In this way we can obtain the rate constant of the reaction. This is another graphical representation of the first order reaction. One more graph is possible for the first order reaction. We know that k equal to 2.303 by t log of a0 by at. Therefore, log of a0 by at equal to k t by 2.303 or k by 2.303 into t. This is also the equation of a straight line of the type y equal to m into x, where y is log of a0 by at, m is k upon 2.303 and x is t. So further we can draw a graph where the graph is plotted between y, that is log of a0 by at, and t. Then here we get a straight line passing through the origin. And the slope of the straight line will be equal to m, which is nothing but k upon 2.30. So here the slope will be positive, and from the value of slope it is possible to determine the value of the rate constant of the first order reaction. So this is another graph of the first order reaction. So there are various graphical representations of the first order reaction. Then the examples of the first order reaction. The common examples of the first order reaction are examples of first order reaction. Decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide liquid decomposed to form water and oxygen gas. Water is a liquid and oxygen is a gas. The experimental rate of the reaction is found to be rate equal to K into molar concentration of H2O2. This concentration term of H2O2 is raised to the power 1, and therefore the reaction is first order. Order of reaction is 1. Another example, decomposition of N2O5. When N2O5 gas decomposed to form NO2 gas and O2 gas. For this reaction also the experimental rate law is rate equal to K into molar concentration of N2O5. This concentration term of N2O5 is also raised to the power 1, and therefore this is also the first order reaction. Order of reaction is equal to 1. So in this way, these are the examples of the first order reaction. Later on, we will study about the zero order reaction.